All right, everybody. Welcome on in from a very rainy, wet, windy South Florida. Dave, I don't know how the weather's been by you. It hasn't been too terribly bad. It's been raining a lot. But as far as like wind and stuff is concerned, this unwanted house guest just a few miles off the coast, and her name is Nicole. How's it been down there?
Not too
Dave's,
bad.
for you guys, Dave's, down, Cuba, Florida border.
Actually, I'm in Miami. Not Aventura, because that's not
Oh my
Miami for
God.
some. I'm surprised. Dania now is Miami apparently too. Even though Fort Lauderdale Airport is literally 5 minutes from there.
It is the market. It's Miami Market.
Yeah, okay.
But
That's like
Aventura is
LeBron. That's like
Miami.
LeBron playing in South Beach when he was down here, right?
Here we go. No, what's worse is the Dolphins. Oh, welcome into see the Dolphins. Right back to South Beach. Meanwhile, guys,
Miami
it
Gardens.
is. It's not. It's not that.
It's not all that nice.
All right, so we have a lot to get to here. So let's jump right in. I want to talk about a couple of serious things before we get to some less serious items here. First off, Brittney Griner update. She was moved without the knowledge of anybody to a penal colony, which unfortunately known for rougher treatment, both by the workers and inmates up there in Russia. And the talk today, the White House released another statement saying that they've been talking about the swap, but the talk now had become, Putin was waiting for our election cycle to be over, which would heighten her value, I guess. But then you want to protect that commodity, but then they moved her without without her family knowing. So I mean, it's tough to have any other thoughts but one kind of thought. But what thoughts go through your mind as you hear this story come through today?
I mean, it's unfortunate. Like when everything first happened, like I understood. Like there's always two sides to this, right? Like there's the political side, and then there's the she should have known better. Like you're not flying anywhere in the States. Like, come on, it's Russia.
Yeah.
It wasn't your first time over there. You should know how things are. I'm pretty sure she's heard stories of how, they'll come and just take your passport, and then you're like, wait, what? That's my passport. Why do you need it? And then it's just horror stories. So I feel like she should have been better. But then the way that they're handling this, like, yeah, they're trying to make a statement, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks, and we've talked about this case, time and time again on this show, and I think as of this moment, because not all of us were in agreement on the beginning portion of this of what went down here, but I think we can all agree that there should have been a punishment. To fit the crime, though.
Yeah, but yeah, this is
30, 60 days, right? That kind of thing. Then she gets sentenced to 10 years. And then now she's being moved without anybody knowing, don't know how she is, don't know, if she's well, health-wise. Obviously, she's not well, being over there. But yeah, that's just unfortunate. And it sucks. She's a pawn now. She is a political pawn, and I think, as of the last few weeks, her wife has been, and you correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I've seen some stories come across where the wife is much happier, much more contact with the White House in recent times, keeping her abreast of what's going on. Obviously, this is a surprise for everybody, but she seems happier about the direction that's being taken, but you're dealing with Putin. So
Yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen, and especially where she's being moved. I think she's being moved to like a labor camp, is what I read.
that
Like,
that that's what the penal colonies are.
yeah, like
It's
you don't know
rough.
what's
Yep,
gonna happen there. Like you don't know if any of these people just want to put a hit on her or something like that. Like,
an American,
yeah, it's a bit of a scary situation for her. So
it sucks. And we've been saying for months and months, let's get this resolved. It's easier said than done, obviously. So we our thoughts are still there. We bring Brittany home, and hopefully it won't be too much longer. But it doesn't look great.
I mean, whenever she does come, it's gonna be great ratings for the WNBA. We'll tell
Oh
you
yeah,
that it'll be the most talked about time the WNBA has ever had in its
ever
history.
the return. I don't know why this is. I'm not making fun of the situation, but when she gets home safely, looking back on this, they have to do a Locked Up Abroad episode on it, right?
Absolutely.
The most famous Locked Up Abroad show ever.
That, or it's probably gonna have like its own like 30 for 30
Oh
or
yeah,
some like
yeah, that's true
Netflix
too.
documentary, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh man. All right. So let's we switch a little page here. We move over to Knucklehead here in the United States. Kyrie, since last we spoke here on the show, suspended, has a 6-step program to complete. And the talk around town. Oh, look at that. Tibala.
There it is. Oh,
Yeah.
he tried to do his best Kyrie and get away from talking about basketball, but he made it in time. Oh, can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah,
Hi.
got you now.
I said, yeah, I'm getting ready for Black Panther with Tabala.
Yeah, Tibala. What's going on, Timmy?
I'm here. I made it. I'm good to go.
There it
I'm
is.
ready. I'm not avoiding basketball. I just don't know enough about basketball this year.
Well, we're gonna you join us at the perfect time. Your favorite basketball player out there, Kyrie, and all right. So you get a 6-step basically program to complete here that includes the apology, which can we all say that if he would have just apologized from the very very beginning, none of this would have been going on right now. I like you double down on it and all this stuff and whatever. And by the way, Amazon should be held accountable for selling documentaries or factual films. Or is this 2022 that's not a thing anymore? The whole
Alternative
thing,
facts.
right? Yeah, alternative documentaries. That's what they should do. They had alternative music. Now the alternative documentaries. But that's the whole point of it. So in the world and the climate that we live in, these things should be vetted before they're being sold to advertised to billions and billions of people. Anyway, he's got to complete an anti-hate, cause of that Irving, the Nets, Anti-Defamation League. I wonder if they're going to accept this money now. Remember, they tried to give him $500,000 a piece, and they wouldn't accept that money. But I think under this agreement, they should and they will. Sensitivity training created by the Nets. Not like okay. Complete anti-Semitic, anti-hate training, also designed by the Nets. Is this those corporate videos that you have to take every year? Same sexual harassment.
I just had that one like a week ago. Sexual harassment.
So, meet with representatives from the Anti-Defamation League and Jewish community leaders in Brooklyn, and then after completing those 5 steps, meeting with the owner, lead franchise officials to demonstrate lessons learned. And whatnot. And I saw today, and I was a little confused by it. And I asked around. I tried to educate myself. But on one of our posts, I think it was, somebody commented they're treating Kyrie with that slave mentality. and I didn't see how, why, or what. But I asked how. I just asked a simple question, and she responded saying, the typical you'll never understand deal, and he's being forced to comply before being allowed to do something, which is apparently slave mentality. I apologize if I'm not aware of that angle of that, but he did something wrong. He's being punished for it, and then once the punishment's over, he can go back and play basketball again and make millions of dollars. I don't see the connection. But Dave, do you see? I saw your reaction. Like, how?
This is the same connection like Kaepernick tried to do by saying that the NFL owners are a bunch of slave owners, essentially.
Yeah.
Like I'm a little confused by it. Like it's not like
I may.
what he did was, I don't know, jaywalk or something. What he did was, it's like if someone did or said something racist, like you would expect them to do these exact same steps. What he did was, and he didn't, when he first came out with it all, he wasn't being apologetic about it. He was still defending his views. And it wasn't until, I guess, I don't know, someone sat him down and was like, Kyrie, you are wrong. Like, look at this. That then it was finally, okay, I guess I have to do it. And I think, it's good on the Brooklyn Nets to do that. Like, the steps, like, show that, you're willing to, teach your players the right way. Educate them.
At least make the attempt.
Exactly. If afterwards they want to do whatever they want, that's on them. But at least, you're making a conscious effort to teach and not just, punish. Because they could have just done what they did with Miles Leonard and he could be out of the league right now.
Yes.
But no, they're showing actually like, hey, we're going to educate you. And from there, we make an effort.
Right. And then I was watching Around the Horn earlier, and they were talking about Kyrie. And I don't remember what the overall topic was, but it became the Kyrie, and this is true. Kyrie, in his tweets, in his interviews, it's a consistent thing where he's trying to make himself out to be the most intelligent person that's ever opened his mouth. That one comment, I don't know if you saw it, Timmy. It was on Twitter. Basically he said, no, this was in an interview. He said, I know the Oxford Dictionary. Okay, congratulations. You know the Oxford Dictionary, but you think the Earth is flat. Dave, stop.
So I don't go to space and see it round. I'm not gonna fully believe it either.
Well, I guess.
Have you ever flown on a plane?
Have you ever been on?
If you've flown on a plane, you can see that it's round.
So let me ask you, Walt. You have in your past been heavily involved in the cruise industry, right? Have you ever heard of like an insurance claim coming through because the cruise ship fell off the side? It's like floats away. It's discovered in 200 years on Mars, like the Titanic. It's like shoved in.
I mean, I plead the fifth.
Look, by now they'd have cruises to the end of the world if it was flat by now. They'd have those.
That's very true.
Talk about population control. Population control. All right, let's keep it moving in a story that kind of was set off a little bit yesterday in the NBA, but impacts all sports. Missed calls and the impacts around them. Yesterday there was a 3-point attempt at the buzzer, or right before the buzzer against the Warriors. Clear. I mean, right, Dave? It was a clear.
It was a foul.
It was a clear foul. And it was a 3-point game. The shot was from beyond the arc, 3 free throws, and missed it. I don't know if you saw the Ranger game yesterday, Timmy, but just with a couple of minutes left, that was a clear hooking. That was a clear penalty, and on that exact play, they scored the game-winning goal. The Islanders came back and beat the Rangers. They were down 4-1 and came back and won. but that was a deciding factor, a non-call with a referee. That impacts not only the games itself, the players, but in the massive billions of trillions of gazillion-dollar industry that is the betting world. So, what are some of the things that can help out? Baseball is going potentially with an automatic strike zone. In a couple, they're going to test it out in AAA. I think I read that next year. So, strike three called balls and strikes are not not going to, and errant balls and strikes are not going to determine games anymore. So, what can they do, Dave, in the NBA to get around this? Because I say it jokingly, but that's a heavy impact on the gambling world, which is, like I said, a bazillion-dollar industry.
Absolutely, and I think, and it also happened in the Heat game not too long ago. I think they were playing, wasn't the Warriors? It was some team that they were playing, and
You wouldn't have complained that game because they won.
well, it was Tyler
He
Hero.
went-
Tyler Hero
Oh.
made a 3-pointer to win the
That's
game.
your boy.
He made a 3-pointer to win the game, but he traveled before he
Yeah.
made the shot, and well, it counted. I think if they're gonna continue to do this, yeah, they do have to find a solution. One that I can think of off the top of my head would probably be to make like game winners like reviewable. Like I know that they review like if it made like if they the basket. I'm sorry, if it got off his fingertips in time.
Right.
But like you can review other things like is it a foul? Did he travel? Either that or stop doing this. Like stop apologizing after the fact. Oh, the NBA, acknowledges that it was a travel or that it should have been a foul. Like, what does that do? It just tells us that your guys are not doing their job right. Like, I think that's like the whole thing that kind of bothers me about the whole situation. Like, why say anything? Just let it go and continue playing.
I feel
Either
like
that or come up with a solution.
Was there something recent with the Giants within like the last year or so where they screwed the Giants on a call, and the NFL came out and said something, and I think we all said the same thing. Don't tell us that you screwed up.
Yeah, that was last year, wasn't it? It was just last
Yeah.
year.
Was it last year? Okay.
I think so.
I forgot what it was.
I remember it happening. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the
play-
parameter
yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, that was definitely this. We should have called it. Sorry,
Yeah,
idiots."
It's like,
And
okay,
now
thanks. We lost.
Yeah. And then dating back even to that perfect game by or the non-perfect game by Andres Galarraga. What was his first name? It wasn't Andres Galarraga. The pitcher.
That's a fucking travesty, though.
Oh, the one from
Terrible.
Detroit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a travesty.
No, there's
Yeah,
so
all right.
many.
Awful.
But
There's so
listen, right now the technology is there. This is
Yeah.
why even in baseball, when they have to argue a call, why does it take so long? It's
Yeah.
instantaneous for the people in New York. They shouldn't be going to the headphones. They should boom, read the views, the plays reviewed. You look at a guy, safe, out. That's it. Why does it still take so goddamn long?
Right.
That's what they should do with every single sport. Was that a hooking? Let me look. Yes, it was. That's it. Move on. Was that a this call? Yes, it was. Okay, let's move on. Of course, if you look at some of the great moments in sports history, a lot of shit wouldn't have happened without bad calls.
Yes. Yep.
But what are you going to do? I mean, that was then. This is now. I think we have the technology to be able to, they worry about the slowing down the game. No, you're not going to slow the game down. You're going to speed it up. You're going to keep the integrity of the game, but you just got to do it the right way. I said baseball you shouldn't have the umpire taking a 10-minute walk to the goddamn thing, looking in the booth for 10 minutes. That's extending the game.
Yeah.
These guys are in New York. There's guys that are sitting there watching the game. They have it ready to go. Replay. He's out. That's it. It should
Just
take
have-
no
just
longer
have
than 30 seconds.
Something in your headset.
Exactly. Just
Turn
like
it on.
Yeah, basketball you should be able to do it. Football you should be able to do it. Hockey you should be able to do it. Instantaneous results. It doesn't take that long to rewind. I can rewind my DVR right now and see what actually happened. That's how quick it should be.
It
So-
should only be like the closest to calls. Like even the goal that was that they reviewed for like 10 minutes yesterday. in the rain.
Exactly.
But that was the closest. Like you couldn't get any closer than that. I think we all kind of knew that they didn't have enough evidence to. They were just going to go with whatever the call was on the ice.
Hockey doesn't have like soccer, like the goal line technology.
Yeah,
Or like,
they do.
yeah.
They do. But certainly, certain calls, like I said, the hooking, certain things they may not, they may not call, or you should argue. Say, listen, dude, that was an obvious hooking play that just cost us the game.
Or you can challenge it.
His whole legs were just taken out from underneath him. Like obvious.
Oh, Hyman's got a question for you, boss. I know you're going to enjoy it. You better answer it.
Oh,
Has the gambling thing improved sports, quality games, and or viewership?
Viewership, I'm positive it has.
It's like fantasy football.
Yeah. If not for fantasy,
don't watch fantasy. That's why Red Zone has become so big, like the last few years, because some people don't want to watch just an entire Dolphins game or entire Giants game. They want to watch all these different games and see how their guys are doing, so they just want the scores. So I think that it has improved.
And I don't know if you guys have a DirecTV. You have the fantasy channel. You program your team into the thing, and so whenever one of your guys scores, it'll pop up on the bottom saying touchdown, nice. Joe Burrow
awesome.
to whoever. So yeah, you just sit here and you don't have to do. I watch the Giants games in full, but every time else, if the Bills aren't on, I watch the Red Zone channel. That's it. Just sit here and watch it. I love it.
Yeah, but and a lot of times, if fantasy wasn't a thing, gambling wasn't a thing. I mean, how many people would care about the Seahawks and the Raiders game, or you'd have your people that would watch, but you'd have the people also that would be like turned off, and I'll just find out when I find out.
But improve the quality of the game.
The quality of football. I mean, I don't know if it's improved the quality of the game. I think that it will help to improve the quality of the game because of the importance of getting these calls right. I think if there's a route to say that it will, gambling could improve quality of the game, the almighty dollar reigns supreme. So if it boils down to dollar amounts, they're going to make sure each and every call is correct. So that would in baseball and hockey and any type of sport, I think, Jaime. And you're the smart guy. You've never gambled. Stay ignorant. That's the best way to be.
Yes, don't make that mistake.
Then you start
gambling makes it more interesting, but then you become Mr. Parlay like this guy, and then you start betting on coin tosses and first commercials and all that kind of crap. So
I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast, and then cousin Sal came on, and he had. But you think I'm bad? He had a parlay with the Bills winning the game, beating the Jets, and I don't remember if it was Republicans taking over Congress. I'm like,
wow, wait, we could have bet on that.
I was like, on anything.
How am I just learning about this?
As unique as hell. But yeah, you can bet on anything.
What country the marathon winner was from?
Yes,
you can bet anything nowadays. Yep.
What? Well, we saw the Tom Brady odds last week. We talked about it.
Yep. With the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes. But you see, like if you bet on that, then you've got an issue.
Yeah.
Right? Dave's like, damn it, I put 10 on.
My wife and my friend were at AC one year, and the Golden Globes were on. Me and my friend were throwing dollars betting the Golden Globes. What are we betting? We're betting the Globes tonight.
That's fun within your circle. But like for me to go on and say, hey, I think Christina Applegate's gonna be Tom Brady's next girlfriend. Dave's like, oh, you never know.
What are her odds?
All right, let's move it on to a little bit of baseball. I know it's a sore subject. I am happy about it. I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it.
I'm out. I'm out.
But if that guy is right, you're not going to be happy next year. Me and
I
Dave
know.
might be happy next year.
Absolutely.
But the rest of you guys aren't going to be happy next year.
There's only gonna be one other guy that's happy.
It depends on who they're playing.
That's why you might not really be happy. You never know.
Yeah, I know.
They haven't,
No,
they haven't
might be
given the
worse.
opponent away. They might
It
even
might
give
be
the
the
opponent
Mets.
away.
It might be the Mets. The whole damn thing happened again. But Astros win the World Series again. What was the? It was 4-2. It was
Yeah, 4-2. Yeah,
Astros in 6. Did we all pick Astros in 6?
Dave,
You picked the Phillies.
I did pick the Phillies.
I picked the Astros in 6.
Me and Timmy picked the Astros in 6.
I was not rooting for the cheaters.
Oh no, I wasn't rooting for them. I was hoping for that plane crash, but I wasn't rooting for them. But I figured they were going to win. I figured they were going to win at the beginning of the year. I figured they were going to win.
I'm gonna spit out my whole drink, Timmy.
Sorry.
All right, let me take this down, Jaime, before.
Hey,
but
look, can I debut something real quick?
yes.
Real quick. I have my shirt for Friday's show.
Oh yeah.
I have it. Here it comes. Acknowledge us. Just 2
Nice.
seats, baby.
Dope.
Acknowledge us.
Nice.
That's my shirt for. I didn't even tell Eric yet, so
I
you guys
love
got
it.
you guys got
Sneak peek here.
You got
Peek.
the exclusive. The exclusive.
It's exclusive, baby. We're full of exclusives.
We're like TMZ.
Yep.
I was happy just for the manager, Dusty Baker. That's it.
Screw him.
Yeah.
He wasn't part of it. Like I think Dusty did a good job. He was brought in to just kind of like bring respectability back to the Astros after the scandal. So him winning, and then you see it in the clubhouse in celebration. I don't know who it was. A woman was interviewing him. I don't know if you guys saw it. I should have sent you that. It was a TikTok, I think it was. The woman's interviewing him, and she's like, "How do I look, Dusty?" And he goes like a wet chicken. And she said, "What?" And she was like, and then he quickly goes in, "A pretty wet chicken." But that was pretty funny. But all that time.
Whatever.
Rather the Mets
Yeah,
won.
whatever. I didn't want him to win in Texas or here.
I gave him a 1-year deal for it.
Well, 1 year deal.
Still a bunch of
1 year.
cheaters.
Well,
But he's 73.
He's 73. 1-year deal is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. All right. Just a few things from around the world of baseball. The Mets, surprisingly, I was like shocked that it happened so quickly. They re-signed Edwin Diaz to the biggest contract in reliever history, 5 years, 102, with an opt-out after 3 years, full no trade clause. So that's one thing out of the way. Yeah, the Yankees had a couple of guys opting out, like
Couple.
Anthony. Rizzo opted out. It's just he wants to stay in New York and go, have a just longer contract.
And there's another team in New York.
Hey, we got a first baseman, okay? We got a first baseman. I do like Rizzo though.
But now you got DH. You need the DH spot now. So now you have a DH.
Man, don't
Just saying. Listen,
But,
I saw that list of Yankee opt-outs. I don't really care about any of them except for Judge. I don't care. I don't mind. See, I'm not one of those guys that had that we have to win every year. I don't mind taking a step back to rebuild. So, but that's just me. But most fans are impatient. Like, no, we gotta do now. But then again, we're gonna win next year anyway because that's what that guy said. So who cares who we sign?
It doesn't matter. Whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's gonna lead us to a championship.
Yeah, because that guy said it. So that guy's got to be right.
I mean,
Jaime-
look at the Astros. Their World Series MVP was a rookie.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we just got to trust in some of these rookies and see what they do.
That's why I don't need Carlos Carrera. I like the kid that we got. I think he's a fucking great player. He's going to be a great player. Plus, we have that other second baseman kid who's ready to come. Bring him up. Bring them all up now. See what you got. Don't even worry about signing these $1 billion shortstops. The hell with Carlos Carrera.
Yeah, I don't want Correa on the team. Get him
I
out
don't
of
want
here.
him either.
Why would you want? I mean,
You
there's
focus
options
on,
at shortstop.
you focus on Judge. You focus on pitching. You let the young kids play. you get rid of Torres now because he's just useless. That was a bad scouting job by us. You get rid of him, and hopefully Stan will break a leg and never play again, and we'll be all
Come
right.
on.
Who did I read today or yesterday that there was almost a trade made Gleyber Torres in the offseason. I can't remember who it was connected to, but it almost happened right before the deadline. Jaime says the Mets picked up Vogelback's option, but why? Well, it was only 1.5 million. He's low
That's the
risk.
huge guy, right? The big guy.
That's the big boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
he's
big
fun to
boy.
watch. He's fun to watch.
He is fun
Yeah.
to watch. I remember when I went to one of the games down here. I was like, man, this guy's not getting a second base ever. I was like, he's gonna be lucky. He needs to get a hit, and he's just getting singles, straight up singles or home runs.
I don't like running for a train because I look like a weirdo because I'm big. That guy's running around bases, you know.
Yes.
Good for you, big boy.
And he used to play first base before the DH for the Brewers. You know, he's diving around there. So the baseball offseason is obviously underway now that the World Series is over. The rumors are gonna be all over the place. You know, with DeGrom, it's one day. You know, they have a pact to stay in touch. The next today, it was like, oh, the Mets believe that they're completely out of it, that they don't have a chance at it. And then other players are saying DeGrom wants to stay. So
I heard Atlanta, is
I heard the Rangers. Want to make a big splash.
TikTok fooled me because they put up a fake headline saying DeGrom signs with Rangers for 3 years.
Oh.
And I immediately went to my phone going, where is this? Where is this? But
Must confirm.
Yeah, I was like, must confirm.
And said to
I was
Terzio immediately.
There's no way that group chat would have not been freaking out over that.
Yeah. I know. That's why I knew it was wrong right away. But you gotta
I
watch.
might have shut my phone off. I don't know.
You gotta watch those people on TikTok. They're very convincing. Because they even put what's his name under it. What's his name? Who does all the breaking news?
Jeff Passan.
Was one of those guys, and I was like, that looks real. And I said, Rangers signed DeGrom 3 years, whatever, 100 something. I was like, that's not good.
Well, now you got to watch out on Twitter because of the $8 thing that Elon
Everyone
Musk
could
put
just
in.
They
are doing it. They are absolutely doing it. The Yankees, it happened to them this afternoon. They somebody made a fake Aroldis Chapman account, paid their $8 to get the verified check mark, and announced a new 3-year deal with the Yankees. And everybody was like, "What is that? What? Where?" Furious. But yeah.
So since we're on that subject, are you guys interested in buying that blue check mark?
No, I look. I see where this is all leading to. I talked about it yesterday with somebody. We use TikTok or Twitter to get our content out, and now to be considered even more reliable, I got to pay $8 a month to do that. Then what's going to happen? Then good old Zuck is going to say, "Oh man, that's a good idea. Look at all that money coming in. Here comes Facebook Plus. Here comes Twitter Plus. Here comes TikTok Plus. Here comes this Plus." And I get it from a business standpoint, but this is where you separate yourself from the billionaires. What the billionaire is going to do is attempt to make as much money as possible, which is right, and take advantage of the people that want to get ahead of others, which is not right. But when you're on the content creating side of it versus the business end of owning the platform, it's a completely different story.
No,
Yeah, that might be good for us though, like us normal people, because instead of paying for TikTok, you won't be on it as much, and you get jobs done.
Yes.
Instead of watching fucking stupid or making stupid TikToks all day.
I think
dug the elevator.
Yeah.
You know what's going on in that elevator. Those doors open.
I have a lot of ideas for the elevator. I just haven't been able to do them lately.
But I feel like, I don't really know too much about it. I haven't looked into it because I could care less right now at this very moment about making myself a blue check mark. But I feel like there should be some sort of standard or rules, because if I buy a blue check mark, I can just go ahead and spread a bunch of fake news like this and be like, I'm gonna roll this Chapman. I'm gonna go play basketball now for Taiwan or
Yeah.
something like that. Like
I
there
suck
has
at
to be some
baseball,
sort
so
of like line in the sand where they have to like watch it at least so that this doesn't happen.
Screw him.
so here. It was so what they do is they change their name to the actual name, but their handle is like a letter off. So they have it spelled their handle is spelled differently. So that's how they get away with it. And the thing that Elon Musk said, parody accounts are fine, but it's got to say parody account in the in your profile, or you're gonna get suspended automatically. So
Okay.
here it is. He said, "New York, I'm not going anywhere. Happy to announce I've re-signed with the Yankees for 3 more years. Hashtag Rep Bronx. It was a prank. Suspended now, but it shows how screwed up this can make things. This person paid $8, and I don't know how many people reacted to it, but it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what it leads to.
And Jaime, I don't get my news from TikTok. I just happened to be on TikTok when that came across my screen.
No, but then he checked
And then I
like a
checked
responsible
real yes. I
human
checked real
being.
news instead of calling up Terzio and going and hanging up on it.
Oh man. All right. So, what else we have here? Let's get into a little bit of WWE Crown Jewel. Why don't we?
Sure, let's do it.
How did
Not much to talk about. I mean, there was
how
some
did the odds?
events.
Remember how we were doing the odds last week? Were those pretty well aligned?
I think they were because it was Braun. I know it was Braun won, Drew won, Bianca won. I don't remember who was the odds-on favorite with Alexa and Asuka.
I think they were favored. They lost.
Okay, they lost. Roman won. The Usos won.
Right there.
No, they were pretty dead on. I think the only one that we even lost was Alexa and Asuka. We were kind of shocked at because they said they just got the belts back 3 days before,
Yeah,
and they lost them again. So it made no sense just to even take them from them, unless they just wanted to give the Saudis a title change for some reason.
that's true. It could be that since there was no real title change.
Yeah, I guess so. They
And so
have one title change, so they stripped the titles from the women and then gave them back to them 3 days later. Listen, I don't
Wait.
like Crown Jewel anymore. I just want to say that I don't like it. I don't like the event. I don't like the fact that they sell out to these guys every year. And if you look at the last couple of years, every year there's been controversy surrounding it. One year they all got stranded there. Vince got on his private plane and was like, "See you guys. See you Monday in Raw.
With Brock, right? It
Make
was
sure
him
you're
and
there.
Brock.
Yeah, it's like make sure you're there or you're suspended." And they never made it on time. Remember that's the year the NXT had to invade because there was no wrestlers on Raw that night.
No, it was SmackDown, right? Was it
SmackDown, whatever
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
because it was like in the middle of the week.
Yeah, it was something wacky like that. So, and then every year there's always a controversy. This one can't. Sami Zayn didn't go because he has Syrian blood in him. He's not allowed in. That's why he didn't go.
Really?
Syrian blood. I read that today, as a matter of fact, and I was like, really? Because all the top things going on at Crown Jewel, they're always bad. There's always something why this one can't go, why this one can't go. And I was like, wow, really? That's why Sami Zayn never goes.
Wow.
And Cena opted out, and because they were suspected of murdering a reporter or something, the government. So he didn't go 1 year. Daniel Bryan didn't go 1 year because of controversy. So let's stop this nonsense. Stop going.
They figured nobody's died yet, so we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, 500 million is 500 million, whatever the hell they're getting for this bullshit. So
That's
what I'm hoping Triple H is a little bit smarter about that. I know Vince was
That's my protein shake right there, bro.
all about the business. So hopefully Triple H, puts that as a halt more. Maybe go to the UK a little bit more.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're doing
Do you think
Germany
they
and stuff
will?
like that. I think they will.
Well, they had a really good
Like to replace this,
No,
or
they're gonna replace it. It's gonna
Okay.
take a major problem for them to replace it. They're making so much
making
money.
more money than WrestleMania, and wow, I was
They
really
probably
surprised when they
made
said that.
money to supplement them for the next 6 months off this one event. So it's just like, here you go. Now, see you next year,
Oh,
Saudi.
this is exactly where Vince was getting his hush money from, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
connect the dots.
Come on, people. Come on. Get it together. So what would you guys rate it?
The event in general, I would say it wasn't a terrible event. I'd say maybe like 3, right in the middle. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Like it had its moments.
Yeah, nothing surprising, nothing like too shocking. Nothing shocking happened. It was a straight up paper. I think we did pretty good in our picks too. I think we nailed almost everything.
Yeah,
Almost
I will
every
say
match.
that main event between Logan and Roman, man, Logan keeps doing his thing, man. He keeps coming out and impressing people, and the fact that he was able to move half that match with a completely torn knee,
What the heck?
mad props to him, man.
I give him credit. I give him a lot of credit.
I know.
I've had that, and I limped around with it, but I could not do what he was doing.
No, he was still leaping. He was doing a kip up. He had that
ridiculous
spot where he
Stupid
landed
Shawn
on the
Michaels.
table.
Stupid.
Live on TikTok, he did the jump or whatever the hell he did.
That was awesome.
That was pretty fun.
I said in the chat, I said I can't wait to see that video.
Yeah, and when you see it from his angle, then you see how far it is from the top of that ring to that table. I was like,
Yes.
wow, I've never seen that angle before. That is pretty far.
Yeah.
Like you really gotta
Yep.
get a good jump to make that. And
Imagine
land.
mankind.
Oh. I know you want to think about that guy.
That is that's exactly what I thought. It's a whole lot further than it feels like it is.
Yeah, it was dope. Like I said, he's done great. I know guys like your tag team partner there, AZ, might not want to give him enough credit, but
No, you got to give the guy credit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not just a celebrity come in, do a stupid match and then get out. He put the time, he has the respect.
and he's giving his body now for the industry.
And now he's going to be out 6 months
Oh, yeah.
because of an injury now. So, yeah, you know what? I give him props. Overall, though, the event was good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just right in the middle. Good.
And what did I tell you guys? I had been watching the rewatch, and I saw Roman Reigns and what Mania did I say it was? 31?
The throne
31,
Triple
I think you
H?
said.
No, that was Brock. 31 was Brock.
Yeah, so it was Brock. So and then Timmy told me that the Roman Reigns match was on, so I switched it, and it was like I went in a time machine. Like
What a match! What a fast pivot. Oh, except the only one I'll say
Yeah.
is Lashley Lesnar was fucking horrendous because it was exactly what he said it was going to be: finisher, 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 finisher. That's all it was. That's all it is. But Brock got his ass whooped, so I mean that was kind of shocking too. But they got to stop.
It's leading to a third match, so
yeah, and maybe that'll be a good one, a
That's
decent
2 out of
one,
3?
maybe.
hopefully, because the ending to this one, that's I think what kind of ruined this match. I didn't mind them like doing finishers or like going back and beating the crap out of each other. It was just the ending was just kind of like really. So Bobby's just gonna hold him here, and then get counted out. I mean, get pinned. Like it was kind of silly. And then
Jaime,
Omos.
you cannot have my shirt on, Jaime, but you can get a Just Too Sweet shirt, but not
Where do you
this
say
one.
that?
This is special edition. This is special edition just for me. Oh, you guys can have one, of course, because you're part of the show. You can get one of these, just a plain. Hoping these Roman. No, Roman's good. I like Roman Chris.
Yeah, Roman's good. And then
He's like-
Omos and Braun Strowman was
Horrible.
it was the worst match of the
It
night.
was horrible. The two matches we predicted were going to be bad were bad. We were very bad. So,
And-
where does Omos go now? Like, what does he? All he does is lose now. He's a 7'7"
All
loser.
he does is lose.
Yeah.
Lose.
I think Triple H is starting to wean out a lot of these people that he doesn't want to push, and he's probably going to end up being one of them. And after what I saw on Monday, it looks like Austin Theory is also heading that way. Like, why? Why does he cash in?
That was Vince's boy.
Yeah, why does he cash in on the U.S. title and then doesn't win it? Like, it just made no sense.
Wait, there's a Money in the Bank for that now too?
Well,
I
Money in
mean-
the Bank, you can win any. You can go for any title you want.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Any title you want, and with it, he could go in for the women's title. You know, if you wanted to. Who knows?
All right.
I don't know. But yeah, he could have got a partner and gone for tag titles if he wanted to. But he decided to pick the U.S. champ, Seth Rollins, who got his ass beaten down, and he comes out, cashes in, and loses on Raw. So he joins a very sad club of 4 or 5
Makes
guys
sense.
who cashed in and lost,
I
including
think there's.
Cena. Cena's in that list too.
I
I
think
hope
Cena's
Cena
the
comes
only
and
one
beats
that
him.
has been able to rebound off of that, and that's because it's John Cena.
Yeah,
Because
there's Baron
Sandow,
Corbin,
no,
Sandow. Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
just bad. It's bad
Cena's
news.
not beat. Cena already got his ass beat, Chris. He already got his ass beat by the Tribal Chief.
He acknowledges the tribal chief.
He acknowledges. Chris, here, Chris. I'll give it to you too. Acknowledge us. Acknowledge us.
So the next pay-per-view Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
War
And
games.
We're gonna have War Games too for coming back for Survivor Series this year.
Oh,
So that should
And
be fun. 2 rings and craziness.
yeah. I used
And
to
what-
think that was ridiculous. Didn't it used to be 3 rings? Was it ever 3 rings?
No, it was 2.
Okay.
One year,
Maybe I'm thinking 3 ring
WCW went.
circus.
WCW
Part of
went-
Rebellion.
Yeah, WCW went up one year. They had like up in the.
Yeah, different levels.
Yeah.
They also had
levels to this thing.
the Halloween Havoc one with the electrocution in the middle of the ring.
Let's not talk about Halloween Havoc ever again.
That was a great show. You
That
should
was
go
a
back
great
and
show.
watch that.
That was one of our best. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen our Halloween Havoc special, look that up because that was one of our funniest shows we ever did. That was a great show.
Well, and then next week we have Full Gear, AEW.
They need
I don't know
something.
anybody, those guys.
They need something to kick their gear. Yeah, they need something. That's all I gotta say. MJF baby making his acting debut. He's playing.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing another Von Erich, so it's gonna be great. Lance Von Erich.
Oh, that they finally said who he was gonna play.
Yep, Lance Von Erich. He's playing.
Okay. What do we think
You
about
see that
Zac
comment
Efron?
from Summers?
Dude, Zac Efron, jacked. He's too jacked actually.
I
He's
thought he
too
looked.
He should
I
be
thought
play Kevin. He should be playing Kerry, not Kevin.
Yes.
I thought he looked like massive for Baywatch, but this is just like crazy, like another different level of big.
Yeah,
Yep.
Crush.
Eric will say he's on steroids. I'll say he's not.
He's gonna say he's not a good worker.
He's not a
He's
good
not a
worker.
good worker.
I didn't say that, Eric. Eric, I didn't say that.
Chris says, when is Sasha, Naomi, and Charlotte coming back for War Games? I don't know if that's supposed to be a question.
Charlotte will be back before the other 2. I don't think the other 2 are really signed yet. I don't think they're officially out of the shithouse. Gotta
I
be
mean,
honest with you.
technically they could come back for War Games because doesn't this other team need a couple people?
I don't know. I mean, Charlotte maybe. For these 2, I don't know about these 2 yet. Especially Sasha. I can see Naomi coming back, no problem. But does Sasha even want to come back? That's another thing. She's doing music videos now, and she's on The Mandalorian, and she's starting to see the greener grass outside of the WWE. So you never
I mean,
know.
once you hit the
Eventually.
Mandalorian, I mean, why not?
Once Star Wars nerds find you, you're in trouble.
I feel like
Even-
once you make it, you get like your stamp on like movies or shows. Like, yeah, WWE. I'm sure it's good money, but doing a movie is definitely a lot less painful on your body.
Oh yeah.
And look, I mean, you have John Cena, Rock, Batista. They've all paved that way, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sasha does the same. And I mean, even Becky now, that she did her appearance on Young Rock.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Liv Morgan was with Chucky. Liv Morgan's hanging out with Chucky, so
I'm
You know,
looking
she's,
at
she's
there-
a better
there's-
actress than a wrestler.
some of them might be. You never know.
We were talking about right before you came on, Timmy, about the storm that's right off the coast here. Now it's starting to come in that there are some condos up in the Daytona Beach area, 4 hours north of us, that due to erosion, potential concern for them to collapse. So they're evacuating those. I don't know what the hell is going on with Florida lately, and the structural integrity of bridges and buildings, condos collapsing.
So wait, it missed you guys. It's up more north now.
No, it's supposed to be making this turn right now. It's right off the coast here, really, and it came a little close. It's coming a little closer than what they had last said it was going to be. It's actually going to hit around Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce area, which is about an hour and a half north of me, and about 12 hours north of Dave down there in Cuba Light.
Dave, you're in no danger. Dave, you're in no danger.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not. We're just getting rain, and I'm so disappointed about it. I wanted a 4-day weekend, and I am not getting it now.
Wait, talk about this. My son, he was school was closed on Tuesday for election day / teachers planning. Today they closed the schools because the forecast was that the storm was supposed to get here around noon today, but then it slowed down. So they were worried about the afternoon commute for the kids. Understandably, a lot of places down here in South Florida get flooded like crazy. And then because it slowed down, now it's not getting here until now and into the morning hours. So they canceled school for tomorrow. And look at Friday is Veterans Day, so there's no school. So he went to school for one day this week.
Even here, my kid was off Tuesday, half day today, goes tomorrow, off Friday. It's just like, okay, bunch of weird.
And then in 2 weeks, Thursday, Friday off again.
Yeah.
I got Wednesday off too. I made myself a little vacation.
Nice. Little mini vacay.
Actually, it's random. I saw, I think it was like an article that said how you can maximize your like days off, and it was with like little things like that, like getting like the day before, like after Thanksgiving off as well. Then you get more.
I do it every year, Dave. I look for holidays, and I've planned my vacation around holidays. I get that extra day off. Always got to do it that way.
That's it.
It's nice.
That's the way to do
it.
Nice. Very nice. Here's Summers. What about Tom Brady? 60 yards in 33 seconds. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Can't say anything about that. All right, let's get into some football. Summers timed this perfectly here. Yeah, it's going to be the Tom Brady show in the comments from Chris Summers here. So going back to last week, just to pull a couple of games out of here. One has some ramifications down here. The Dolphins 35-32 over the Bears. You want to join, Summers? Let me get you to join here.
Oh, Chris gonna make his debut.
Just right in there. Boom.
Chris, don't choke, Chris. Don't choke. There it is, Chris.
All right. So the Dolphins win by 3 over the Bears. Probably a closer game than what the Dolphins wanted to have done. But I bring up this game more so to talk about Justin Fields and the coming out kind of party that he had, scoring and being involved in 5 touchdowns, or 4 touchdowns. I'm sorry. And then here we go. Tua's got to be in this shootout, so now he's the best thing ever again. I don't know how to explain it, but guys,
his
like
receivers, that's how.
I'm saying I don't know how to explain that. The guys that are on TV that are saying these things, Tua's the best. Tua's better than Burrow, and Tua's better than that. Well, hold your horses. Burrow got to the Super Bowl in his first full season. All right, so calm down a little bit. And he didn't have the cheetah. He didn't have this other guy, Waddle, who are speed demon and get separation anywhere on the field at any time.
It's incredible. I was watching that game and I was like, man, the Bears either have the worst defense I've ever seen, or these guys are really fast, because it was just they would cut to the middle of the field, wide open. Cut to the middle of the field, wide open. I'm like, damn. And Tua, I mean, again, it's not going to get talked about because, like you said, he won. He threw for however many yards.
I know exactly where we're going here. Go ahead, do it.
He had 2 underthrown passes to Waddle, and it was like, what? Like, no one's talking about that. Like, Waddle literally had to, like, come back to try for it not to get intercepted or try to make a play on it. Like, it happened more than once. But that never gets talked about because, I mean, it hasn't come back to hurt him because they're playing the Bears, the Lions.
They can overcome. Yeah. And then the other thing with the whole Tua thing is where was I going here with the Tua? What did you just say? What was the point that you just made?
That he underthrows passes and no one talks about
Oh
it.
no, yes. The other thing is that how many dropped interceptions has he thrown this year? How had that hit the defenders in the chest and just to pop out, hit the defender in the helmet and just popped out. Let's go ahead and bring on Mr. Summers here, making his debut on Unsportsmanlike Conduct. What's up, sir? How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Tom Brady's biggest fan has joined us here
Oh, I have a
tonight.
shirt.
Oh, see, already thrown out the propaganda.
Good
Jaime,
Lord.
come on, Jaime. Jaime, you can come in if you want to.
Did
Jaime's
you know,
bad enough.
Everybody's
to
always
keep us on.
welcome.
did you know technically my Super Bowl pick is still in the running? The Bucks gonna win it because they're in first place.
Come on.
I'm
Look
just
at
saying,
it's like
I mean, they could win
gonna
that
happen.
division easy.
they're gonna
Yeah.
win the
Oh, the
division.
division's locked up.
They're gonna win the division, and then they're just gonna beat everybody.
Chris, I wanted to ask you this for a long time though. You're a goddamn Patriots fan. Stop with the Bucks.
No,
Stop
no,
with the Bucks.
no. Listen, I'm not a Tampa Bay fan. I'm a Tom Brady fan.
That doesn't
slash
mean
Brown
anything.
fan.
when you leave, you're done. You're done when you
What does
leave.
that mean when I'm done? Why?
No, I mean like Tom Brady's gone. That's it. He left you. He deserted you. He won a
Yeah.
Super Bowl without you. You should be
But-
furious.
Deserted
Okay,
you.
okay. But I read the book, The Dynasty. It's about the Patriots dynasty, 20 years. You guys probably have never heard of it or read it. But anyways, Belichick wanted to trade him when Jimmy Garoppolo was in his second
Yeah.
to last year, but Robert Kraft said no. So who knows what would have happened if Garoppolo would have stepped. He could have been. I'm not saying he would have been Tom Brady, but with that defense was still very good,
Oh yeah.
and that team was very good. So maybe we would have had another 2 Super Bowls. Just hypothetically speaking, maybe.
We still took 2 Super Bowls away from you. That
Yeah,
that makes me happy.
Yeah, whatever.
Took away that perfect season.
Perfect season.
Whenever
I'm gonna find my
brother-
shirt. I have a shirt, Chris, that says 19-0. It's after that Super Bowl, and then there's a big denied stamp
Yeah.
on it. I'm gonna find it. I'll wear it next week.
Well, my brother-in-law, Luke, you all know Luke.
I know Luke very well.
He
Good guy.
still picks on me about that. Him and Jason Fortunato, they don't let it go. But I mean, I get it. It makes sense, but it still hurts. That
It
Super
still
Bowl,
hurts. Hey,
That-
it still hurts
that-
Brady.
that Super Bowl hurts the most than any other one they lost. Because the Eagles one, yeah, okay. The other Giants one hurt, but what they could have done and been, it just irks me still.
You could have murdered a bunch of 90-year-old Dolphins fans.
Oh.
They were.
Oh
they all-
yeah,
They
They
all
would
sit
be, they would have
around.
nothing to talk about
They
anymore.
have nothing to talk about. Those old Dolphin players.
terrible.
Oh, if the Patriots would have won, I would have got on Twitter or found a bunch of Dolphins fans, and they never would have heard the end of it from me.
Chris, are you whispering because you have newborn twins in the house?
Yeah. Yep,
I knew
they're laying down.
That makes sense.
I knew it. I knew what Chris
Plus,
was
I'm in the
whispering.
kitchen too. So yeah,
Getting a little echo effect.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do though.
Well, congrats on your twins, man.
Yeah,
That's
congrats.
Yeah, congrats.
It's not easy.
Are they going to be Brady? You already got Brady shirts and stuff. Yes, I'm sure.
Well, no.
He's got the whole closet's full of Tom Brady gear.
Are they Patriots fans or are they Brady fans, Chris? You
You're
gotta
both-
make that decision.
See, my thing is when Tom Brady retires, who am I gonna? Who's
Bailey
who's gonna be the
Zappi.
next?
Bailey
Bailey
Zappi.
The zapper.
Yeah, the Zapper. Zappy.
Zappy.
So
He's
you,
all
so
right.
so you must be a big Bill Simmons fan,
Huh?
the podcaster. No,
I never
he's a
listened to
big.
him.
Oh, okay, he's a big, huge New England Patriots homer, and he took the Brady thing really hard. He was very depressed about it for a long time, and then he tried to tell everybody that he was convinced that Mac Jones was the next Tom
No.
Brady.
No.
He said it's just like when Brady came in for Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
No, it's not that.
Well, honestly, I'm surprised Belichick stuck with uh, Jones. I thought he was going to stick with Zappy, just because Zappy he showed more.
Zip.
The offense played
With the
harder
zap.
for him than
Oh, when he came in,
Yeah.
you talk after he pulled him at that interception.
Yep.
He
Yep.
he threw some nice balls downfield.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought I said, okay, he's gonna start him. They're gonna suck this year, which I mean, they're technically have a chance, but they don't realistically have a chance. So I mean, I'm still hoping they make the playoffs in a way, but I hope they don't because I want a high draft pick.
Right.
I just wish the Patriots would draft a young, good quarterback.
They're
Like-
not good at drafting.
On defense, they are.
Wait, Chris, let me ask you the most controversial question you're going to hear. Is Belichick fucking this team up on purpose? Because that's the rumor that he's done. He's done after this year. Him and Kraft do not get along anymore. And like you just said, he tried to trade Brady. Kraft said no. Is he screwing this team up right now on purpose?
I don't think it's on purpose, but
Just accidentally
I
doing it.
think there's I don't think his offense and for having two offense coordinators who have never really called an offense is just stupid to me. You go out, you bring in somebody, or you give Josh McDaniels as much money as he wants, and
Even after what's happening.
and for you say, when I'm gone this year, next year, whenever it is, you are going to take over, and I will show you everything I know about money management, about everything. That's what I personally would do because I still think Josh McDaniels is a good coach. He just needs the right players and the right system. Like
We think it's a Raiders jinx.
yeah. No, I just think he's got something in there, but nobody can get it out of him because they don't. It's just I don't know. It's very it. I like McDaniels. I've always liked him, but
He was always very scared to like go fly, right?
Well,
He
Steve,
took
don't
that
remember,
Colts.
Steve, you remember we said a couple years ago. We said that we used to figure Belichick was grooming him for the Patriots job.
Yes.
And eventually he
That's what
was. Yeah, everyone thought that. And then all of a sudden when he left, I was like, really? But
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's tanking on purpose. McDaniels is tanking on purpose. You want to know why? Because then you can get rid of Derek Carr next year and save $100-something million in cap space and all that bullshit. I think if anyone's tanking on purpose, I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying if anyone is doing it, it's Josh McDaniel and the Raiders because then Derek Carr is out of there.
I mean,
He doesn't want Derek Carr. No one wants Derek Carr.
question.
Derek Carr
Question.
was buddies with the
Yeah,
crazy Gruden. Chucky.
Question: do you think if the Raiders cut Carr and Belichick is still there, do you think Belichick brings them in, and possibly next year you look to possibly make a playoff run? Because right now, well, that defense is great.
But you'll need a receiver. You have the running. Your running games with Stevenson is great.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I was going to go to. Yeah,
quarterback and a
If-
receiver.
yeah.
Bring in Carr.
No,
If
Derek
you
Carr's
bring-
not the answer to anybody.
I don't think
he's
Derek Carr's
to
the
anybody.
answer.
No, it's not an
Well-
answer, but in the, if you
Well, a
if
stopgap.
it's a stopgap.
Yeah.
He's no Kirk Cousins, to tell you that much.
Hey, you never know.
He's just like Kirk Cousins. Just
oh
like
yeah,
him.
you like that? You like that?
Putting up
Did you-
numbers.
Did you see
and
Schefter?
Don't do anything.
Dressed up as him.
Yes.
Did you see Adam Schefter's little 5'9" guy?
I just and the Giants this year, I don't know where the heck they came from this year. I have no idea. Like,
No one does.
Or the Jets for that matter.
Well, you bring up the Jets. Let's talk about that game really quick, because if you gambled at all and if you did any type of parlays, you had the Buffalo Bills in your parlay, and the Jets royally screwed that over. So that's number one. Number two, Josh Allen is now day to day with this UCL
Shoulder.
injury. It's in here. That's the prominent baseball injury that they get.
That's the Tommy
And
John, right? That's what leads.
that's
to
the Tommy John surgery. And they were showing the science behind it all, and they said pitchers more apt to get that type of an injury or further injure an already injured UCL because of the lighter ball and the amount of torque that they put on the ball to spin it. Whereas a quarterback doesn't need the torque. So just do this motion, and you feel it like kind of like in here.
Yep.
So the torque of it is not there when you're throwing a football. So that's why we're talking about an injured UCL for this guy, but a possibility that he can continue on. Whereas if it was a baseball guy, I know there was a Yankee pitcher a few years back. They were just waiting for that thing to fall off, right? Wasn't it like hanging on by like a hair, that UCL?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Who's Japanese guy? Wasn't Japanese pitcher?
Oh, are you thinking of Daisuke Matsusaka?
No.
Yeah,
Who
okay.
wasn't
That
there a
dude's still
recent?
playing.
Tanaka?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tanaka. Thank you.
Oh, Masahiro Tanaka. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he came over with that. Didn't he come over with the injury, and it was all good because and then eventually not so much, but got a few good years out of it. The Bengals came back after that putrid performance against the Browns. They came back and won. They're 5-4 now, going into their bye. The Lions beat the Packers.
Packers are done.
God.
Aaron
Jesus
Rodgers
Christ,
retired.
man!
They
Aaron
screwed
Rodgers.
He should
They
retire.
screwed me because I gave up on them. They screwed. He said Tim gave up on us, so now we're going to win this game.
yeah,
I would
yeah. We showed
personally-
Timmy.
If I was the Packers head coach, I know this is going to be very controversial because you're technically still in the playoff picture or whatever they call it for the wild card, but that team is going nowhere. Even if they do sneak in to the wild card, I don't see them beating anybody. So I would personally sit Rodgers and see
Can't.
what I potentially have
Love.
with Love. Because
50 you
He's
can't
making
sit
50 million
You can't sit
Yeah.
50 million on the bench.
guaranteed.
You can't.
I mean, you can. You end up in a Matt Flynn situation, but I don't
Yeah.
think
Oh
they're
my
going to do that with him.
yeah, that
The
that was,
Seahawks.
I feel bad for Matt Ryan.
Oh, Matt Ryan. Yeah,
Just-
maybe that's another team that they were talking about tanking. So they bench Matt Ryan, and then they bring in somebody who's never coached the game in his life
yeah.
as the new head coach,
Jeff
and Jeff
Saturday.
Saturday. Which I mean, if they want to go the route of zero experiences, which is what they said, that's why they hired him and the other dude, the other coach, because they have no experience. Meanwhile, I don't know, Timmy, if you're on that staff, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, whatever it is, and they get rid of their head coach, you figure you're in line to at least be an interim head coach. But they bring this guy in who's been yapping it up on the ESPN set, and I like Jeff Saturday. I don't have any issue with him or anything, but I would be taken aback a little bit if I was already on the staff. And here comes the guy from ESPN, although he is a cult legend.
That's
what do you think?
that's why
That's
they
the
did
only
it, 'cause
reason,
he's a
yeah.
cult legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real reason to bring in a guy with no experience because he's a cult legend. But it still doesn't make any sense. Like you said, yeah, if I'm that offensive coordinator, that defense coordinator, it's like, dude, what am I doing? Like, why am I even, what's going on? And how is Jeff Saturday going to come in and tell these two guys, these coordinators, what to do? He's just walking off like I said, off the streets into this organization. He's never seen a playbook, doesn't know what's going on. It's a horrible move. But
2 weeks ago, he tweeted as an ESPN, analyst, it's not working out with the Raiders, and who's his first game against? The Raiders.
Question:
Yeah, Chris.
if you were the Colts and you were in this position where you're hiring new guys, hypothetically, I mean, I couldn't stand him as a quarterback because he was Tom Brady's rival, but I would think
Peyton?
you would call, because
I don't think he's interested in it. I like he's building up that media company now.
yeah, but you have to make a call to him and just say, hey, Peyton, what's your offense coordinator, quarterback coach, head coach? Like, you have to put that out there to him. And
Maybe they did.
I don't think so. Not
Because
now.
I think Peyton is focused on that Omaha production company that he's got. He's building a podcast platform. Hey Peyton, we'd love to rep you, right?
Come on the show. That'd be crazy if you could ever get like one of those people.
we will get one,
Who?
guaranteed.
Who?
Guarantee it.
We will get one.
Barker?
Guarantee one.
Actually, my very first interview in a football locker room plays for the New England Patriots right now.
Who's it?
He's a wide receiver. Used to play for the
Jacoby
Dolphins.
Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker. That was the first person I ever interviewed in a football locker room.
That's crazy.
And he was and that was the preseason where he was gonna, his rookie, he's gonna take off. He's gonna be like Waddle was now. That's kind of the expectations that were on him. And then
I mean, he's good, but I don't understand how some people in college can be so great, and then they come to the pros and they
Different game, man.
Yeah, it's a
Speed.
the game
different
speeds
system.
up.
Speed game, man. A lot of people can't
They
handle
can't
that
handle it up
shit.
here too. With all the playbook and you got Kyler Murray being assigned
Terminology.
homework.
in terminology.
And you see they have to have their whole wrist has the playbooks on there, the audibles and whatnot. I mean,
but it's still got to be. It just doesn't make you take.
Well, the competition as well. Like, you're not always going to be playing Troy's and Bethune-Cookman's every week. You're going to be playing the best of the best.
You're not going to play
which pad
Southampton State.
stats. Yeah.
Southampton Tech. You don't play them every year.
I believe this: the worst team in the NFL can beat the best team in college football every year.
I don't know. A lot of people say the Alabama team could beat some NFL teams.
I think that
I think Alabama could beat the Giants last year.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
I think
I think that that 01 Canes team
that team
could have beaten an NFL team that year.
Unless
there was a pass interference called like 2 minutes after the touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So what's your next game? I don't really have time to watch sports at all because I have 3 kids right now.
Oh, sure.
So I get a lot of information from you guys on the internet. I just don't have time.
But we're the best.
All the truth is here. So
that's right. You only need us.
Well, I used to listen to a guy on YouTube called Ralph.
Screw him. We're the best.
He's a Patriots person. Anyway,
even worse.
And me and him had a big argument about Cam Newton when they cut him and everything else, and I don't even go on there anymore. I'm blocked because
Ooh.
because
Well, we don't block people for their opinions.
Because if we were going to block, we would have
over
blocked you a long time ago for your Tom Brady rhetoric. But we don't. But we're all good. We don't care.
Let's get back into some of the games from last week. The Raiders shit themselves again. Now 2-6. The Jags come out on top. They moved to 3-6. Your Patriots whooped up on the aforementioned Colts. We already talked about the Jets. I still don't get it. I don't understand.
It's the coin flip guy. He's predicted the first 9 Jets games correctly. How? But apparently he has them going to the AFC Championship and losing there.
Listen, he's best friends with the other guy.
Not the Patriots.
Who they? No, I know. Who are they supposed to play?
No, so all he did was essentially for each game throughout the season, he flipped a coin. If it was heads or something, it'd be a win. If it was tails, it was a loss. And he just went through it like that. And then with the record that they have, they were going to make the playoffs. So then he did it again for the wild card. They won the divisional. They won, and then they lost in the AFC Championship. He didn't do like who they were going to play because at that point you're not going to know. But for the regular season, obviously you do. And so far he's gotten every win and loss.
Well, him and the baseball guy are probably time traveling best friends. And they're coming back and they're trying to fuck things up for everybody else.
I hope next year, the Mets win the World Series and somebody else comes out with their new picture that they projected the Mets to win.
Oh, here's another question. It's not about football, nothing to do with football. But who do you think signs Aaron Judge and for how much? Do you think it's the Giants? Does he stay in the Yankees? Does he go to the Mets? Does he go to the Dodgers, hypothetically? Like, where?
I think it'll be between the Yankees, the Giants, and the Dodgers. I don't get the sense that the Mets are looking to take that route. Which I could be 100% wrong, but the Giants have been to talk all around, and then Mookie Betts has already agreed to move to second base. If the Dodgers were to go after this guy, but if I had to put money on it, I would say that he stays with the Yankees.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
And
Dave, what do you think?
He can leave.
Dave always throws that little bomb in there.
He can go to San Francisco. I'm okay.
Or the Red Sox. If they sign him, I'd be happy.
Oh, I would dare him to go there.
Oh.
I would dare him.
Well,
go
actually,
there, Judge.
they're on the list. They're number 5 as far as odds are concerned.
I would love it. I would be like.
I don't think he would.
No, me neither. But I would be like.
Screw him.
You like that?
Exactly.
You like that? Kirk Cousins goes into DC or wherever the hell they play. Beat the Commanders.
Andover.
Did you see the? I'm not gonna have it. Hold on one second. I think I
did. I see him almost not win that game. Yeah, saw that.
But did he win the game? Did he win the game? I want to say this. This came across before. We talk about the mess that is the Commanders. So I guess a little while ago, the Washington Commanders released a statement about a press conference that was called tomorrow by the DC Attorney General about the team. Remember a few weeks ago we said that the feds are investigating now. Here's where people don't know what lines to not cross. Here was the statement made by the Commanders. So the Fed announces this thing for tomorrow, and then this is the response. Less than 3 months ago, a 23-year-old player on our team was shot multiple times in broad daylight. What does that have anything to do with the federal investigation into you not giving their fans back refunds? So it's the, woe is us, which, I mean, he got shot. We feel awful about it. Glad that he came back and can play now. Despite the out of control violent crime in these,
It's the old president trick. They always say how the president will drum up some kind of national emergency when some bad shit's
Yes.
going on to them. So maybe it's
Yes.
like, oh, we're about to be
It's-
investigated. We better shoot a player or something like that. 'Cause,
Oh
something's going
God.
on.
Oh man, imagine that.
Oh, if Schneider managed that one, bro.
And it says and then here that they went completely down this path. They went down this rabbit hole. Despite the out of control violent crime in DC, today the Washington Commanders learned for the first time on Twitter that the DC Attorney General will be holding a press conference. What does the violent crime in DC have to do with this press conference? All right, Chris. Wait, I figured the Twins were
Thanks for stopping by, Chris.
we're calling you. And then the Attorney General will be holding a press conference to make a major announcement related to the organization tomorrow. And then they basically go on to say that that we've been fully cooperative and whatnot. But I mean, tone deaf. Anybody? That is zero to do with Brian Robinson getting shot.
It's that like look over here while I do something back here sort of
Yes.
scenario.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly
Wow.
what it is.
That's low. And you know who tweeted that out was Matthew Berry, who's a huge Redskin Commanders Washington football team fan. Major. I mean, he used to sing that "Hail to the Stupid" song. Gino does it again. Dave's favorite quarterback in the league.
Should have kept him, man. We made a mistake. We had a diamond in the rough there with Geno Smith. We had this man pegged all wrong. And look now what we're stuck with.
Listen, the sun even shines on the dog's asses some days.
Yes.
It's been shining all in that rainy city. It's been shining the entire season.
He's gonna go down in a heaping pile.
6-3 now,
and I can't wait.
6-3 now. Another game that was, all right. I was almost starting to feel bad for Tom Brady. I was a little bit. He looks. I mean, half the. He lost all this weight. The divorce is through. Everybody's got some type of shit to say about him, including us. But they pull one out of their asses here in what before the season started. This was going to be prime time. One of the best games of the day, especially on a game with only 13 or a day with only 13 games. 16-13, and the Rams shit the bed at the end. Dave, for me, obviously the Bucs are the one trending upwards of the two, especially for the division. Are the Rams? Would you say the Rams are done this year?
I would absolutely 1,000% say the Rams are done. There's no way of them making the playoffs at all anymore, especially because Seattle hasn't slowed down. The Niners just got better. And, I mean, the Cardinals suck because they can't finish a game. But, I mean, I only think two of those teams are coming out of that division. Yeah. And the top two, like I said, they're trending way, way much higher. And the Rams just can't figure it out. Like, yeah, they're holding opponents to not a lot of points, but they're not scoring dog. So it's like, I don't...
Who's their backup quarterback? I ask this because Matthew Stafford was placed in the concussion protocol today.
Didn't he finish the game?
He sure did, but he was put into concussion protocol today. So they don't know
who it is.
Hopefully,
John
gentleman by the name of John Wolford, and then Bryce Perkins is the third stringer.
Wolford sounds familiar to me from like a few years back with when they had Goff. I don't know that name just for a backup quarterback like that. It sounds familiar to me. So we'll see. You know how the protocol is now. They've got to pass a series of tests and be all good for X amount of days. Kyler Murray popped up on the injury report today, also with a hamstring situation.
Oh, I thought I heard his fingers playing Call of Duty.
Maybe.
Can I say, by the way, Madden nailed it. The game. Because I told you, every time I played, the Rams were horrible.
Yeah, they predicted it.
And I'm like, how are these guys so horrible? Madden got it all wrong. Madden got that shit right because they're terrible.
They really are. It's incredible how they have so
Well,
much talent and they just can't do anything.
now they're gonna get that rookie running back is coming off of IR. They've not been able to get any type of running game going. That's been a mess between Akers with the, I'm not going to play. I'm going to play 4 snaps, and then and then we're going to make a trade. It doesn't happen. Oh, now come on back to practice, Cam. Let's build that value up. Quarterback play has been subpar, and the wide receiver play outside of Cooper Kupp has been trash. Cooper Kupp and the tight end. Gerald.
They just look awful. Like I said, to me, they're not making the playoffs.
Aaron Robinson, he didn't. I did it again. Aaron Robinson. Allen Robinson. They just don't look to get him involved. And I don't know about you, but
Jalen Ramsey looks like shit. Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
he's getting eaten by everybody this year.
Yep. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't look pretty. And then, not to mention that nobody goes to any of their games to root for them. It's just like whoever's the out of town team. The Chiefs. It wasn't easy, but the Chiefs beat the Titans 2017. The Titans have come on strong since we whooped them. And then Monday night, Ravens and the Saints. I didn't watch. I watched. I watched the entirety of that game because I was involved in a fantasy matchup where the other guy had Taysom Hill, not in our league. Taysom Hill, and I was up by 7. And Taysom Hill's good for one big play a game, and I was just hoping for it not to happen. He had nothing. No yards, no catches, no nothing. But the Ravens moved to 6-3 now. What are you guys thinking about the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Bills now? Maybe a mix up at the top now with the uncertainty with Josh. I mean, if Josh Allen's fine, then there's nothing really to worry about, except for these close games that sometimes they can't close out.
I don't know. He's what? 1-2 now in the division? The Bills? Did they play New England?
Yeah, they beat New England.
So they've lost to the Jets and the Dolphins. So they're 1-2. So I don't know. That doesn't bode well for them.
I think they'll be all right, but I mean, I still think the Chiefs are going to be. As of now, in the beginning, I picked the Bills all the way, but I don't know. I think the Chiefs now are looking a lot better than they are.
Juju's looking rejuvenated out there. He's getting at least 10 targets a game over there.
And Tony got his first catch.
Was it me? Like Tony was like running all over the field, helping people up most of the time.
He looked healthy though, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked.
He's running around good on that hammy.
Garbage.
Just took about 10 weeks to get there.
Exactly. Garbage. All right. That's the storyline from week 9, and I cannot believe that we're going to start talking about week 10.
It's depressing, actually. Very depressing.
Week 10 is
mid-season.
Right there in the middle. And the thing is, this year with nobody really leaping off the charts in the NFC, and you just don't know what's going to happen. So this is everybody's in it. We could eliminate people. We can say that this is not going to happen, but you can't really rule out the Bears. You can't rule out a whole bunch of teams, especially the way that Fields is starting to play and their opponents that are coming up. With that being said, let's get to it, guys.
The mid-season MVP, Geno Smith.
Get the hell out of here.
In all agreement? Who else is it going to be? Who else is the mid-season MVP?
I would quit watching football if he was the MVP of anything.
MVP and comeback player of the year. He's going to take that from Saquon too.
Oh wow! Look at you! I'd rather Tua be the midseason MVP than Geno Smith.
I mean, Tua missed what? 2 games?
It's none of that. Well, you can't. Fucking Geno Smith.
I'll give Geno
No,
lucky-
it's Cousins, baby. Cousins,
luckiest
7-1.
Okay.
And now he's got a new toy in Hawkinson. What? Mahomes. You talk about Mahomes in there, man. You can't gloss over Patrick Mahomes. I'm looking Browns, Texans, Saints, Steelers. No, Broncos. Russell Wilson. No. All right. Derrick Henry.
No eliminations yet, though, either, right? We can't really count anybody out yet. So
I'm counting the Rams out right now.
I think there's a couple.
The
that we can-
Rams, the Panthers. The Panthers. I mean, if they get Baker back, maybe they could win the division.
Panthers are done. Cross them off.
The
Cross them out.
Steelers. I think you crossed them out too.
Steelers crossed them out. They're done.
Texans.
Yeah. Well,
The Raiders. Cross them out. Lions.
yeah, you could do the Texans, the Steelers.
The Lions are going to make the greatest comeback in NFL history. They're not going to lose the rest of the year.
He's back on that train.
Other than they beat the Packers, but everyone beats the Packers now.
Yeah, it's just like every week now. And here, let's just go down to the bottom of the list here. The Texans, the Steelers, the Raiders, the Jags. But look at the Colts are only a game and a half out of that last spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't take
They don't
them
forget the
out.
Bucks are
Yeah.
5-4. They're first
But the
place,
Colts suck.
5-4.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Chargers are 5-3 in that 7th spot, and then it's Patriots and Bengals are 5-4. Like the Browns are right there at 3-5. Broncos 3-5. Jags 3-6. So, and then in the NFC, you got, like you said, Dave, the Panthers, the Lions. But that's probably where I would stop. You got the Bears at 3-6, Cardinals at 3-6, the Packers, Saints 3-6, the Rams are 3-5. You're all right there. That
It's
means
a
a
wild
hell
year.
of a finish to get to this season. That's what that means. So let's start off with our wonderful, wonderful Thursday night game. The Falcons.
Hey, wait, who did what last week?
Oh, you want to look at that? Let's see that.
I had a bad week
So-
again.
Keith and Ed went 9-4. No, you didn't. Me, you, and Kyle went 8-5, and then everybody else went 7-6.
And those five were like fucking the Bills and
Yeah, stupid shit. Ed has taken over first place in the picks. I'm a game back. Joe is now 2 out. Kyle 3 out. Timmy and Keith are tied at 6 out. Dave, you're 7. Look at Dave. Bert is 8, and then Rodriguez and Eric in a tie at both over 500, 7-1 and 65. 12 games out.
Oh my god! I think I lost 2 games. I lost a 2-game. I went from 5 to 7. Was I 6? I don't know. I was telling.
it's
Steve
a weird
earlier.
year. It's a weird year, Dave. It's a weird
I was
year.
telling Steve earlier. I was like, I'm getting way too close to Eric, and I don't like that. It's an uncomfortable
right.
feeling.
So let's do it. We'll do it live.
Look, Eric's won a week. I haven't even won a week yet.
Oh yeah,
Eric's
he's
won a week,
first
and,
place
he-
one, yeah.
and he's won one already.
Yeah. All right, Panthers, Falcons, and the Falcons are a 3-point favorite at New Orleans. Jesus Christ! I mean, is it Falcons at?
I'm going Falcons. Saints have shown me nothing, like nothing. Falcons have like a little bit of what's the word? A little moxie in them. Little moxie they have.
A little
John Moxley.
Yeah, John
Yeah.
Moxley. A little unstableness.
That's Moxley. I said moxie. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
You are going with the Falcons.
Yeah, I'll go Falcons as well. Saints, yeah, on a short week. How did that? Man, I'd be so upset. How do you have
Why
us play
do
on
I have-
Monday night and then you have us play Thursday?
Hold on a second, because I got 2 different things going on here. I got this from they must have jacked this up. So this is the Panthers. This is Falcons Panthers. The line is the same, but the site that I got it from, I sent you guys Panthers. I sent you guys Panthers.
So I'll still stick with the Falcons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Okay, see, that makes more sense. I was like, man, Saints playing Monday and then Thursday?
Yeah.
Man, they hate the Saints.
Sporting news. Get your shit together.
But I think, yeah, I'll go Falcons still. Unless, the baker, goes into the kitchen and does what he did last week in that fourth quarter and just, revives him again. He got that defense going. He's got himself going, that offense.
He's playing defense, in practice. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go with the clean sweep here. Oh, Falcons. Next up, the first ever game from Germany. And we're sending Geno Smith, baby. Sending Geno. Seahawks technically at the Bucks in Germany. Tampa is a 2.5-point favorite here. Do the Bucks get revitalized after that gutsy performance, that offensive powerhouse, 16 points put up last week? Dave, who you got in this one?
I'm gonna keep it rolling. I'm on that Geno train right now. Just feel very unfortunate, he's not doing it for us. But yeah, Tom Brady's also 1-0 after his divorce. He's looking, a lot better. But I'll go Seattle on this one. Even though, Tampa Bay had a lot of drops last week, which is, I think, why we're just really, really bad. So if these guys catch
Scotty
the ball,
Miller would ever get another pass on them.
He did at the end. He came in clutch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I was like, if that was Belichick's team, he probably would have come off the field and not been on the field for that
Absolutely, he cost me some money. But I'm gonna go Seattle here. I think they're right now on a huge pace. Geno, midseason MVP.
No. Timmy?
I am going to go Tampa Bay. I don't see Tom Brady flying all the way to Germany to lose. I don't think he allows that to happen. So I'm going to go Tampa Bay Bucks.
And I was going to say something very similar. This is the Bucks are winning no matter what. Because Tom Brady ain't losing in Germany.
He's not flying all the way over there and be like, dude, I'm going to lose. No.
I can't pick Geno Smith. Can't do it. I'm going to the Bucks too.
I don't know. Geno's gotten you boys a lot of losses this year. Just gonna say that.
I feel that. I don't know how many times I've actually picked the Seahawks. To be honest with you,
I think the only time I picked them was when they played the Giants. It's the only time I got them right.
All right. Next up, good matchup here.
Oh, God.
You like that? You like this matchup? Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings head to Buffalo. At this moment, we don't know if Josh Allen's going to play or not. Let's go under the assumption that he's questionable day to day, that he will play, and we'll make some adjustments if he does not. So if he does play, I'm going with the Bills. Who's their backup? It's not Trubisky anymore. But if Josh Allen doesn't play, obviously that changes a whole lot in this game. But smart money is on Buffalo. And maybe even to cover.
Case Keenum.
Hey,
he's a good.
What is this?
Case Keenum. Good old reliable backup quarterback names that you remember year after year. All right, so I've got Buffalo if Josh Allen is there. Timmy?
Yeah, same. If he's playing, I got Buffalo. If he's not playing, I got Minnesota. So we'll make adjustments on Sunday morning. Jay Glazer will pick that game for me.
All right, Dave.
I think I'm surprised. Actually, the line is -7.5, even with Allen. Not sure if he's gonna play.
Well, he's questionable as right now. I don't think Vegas has made any type of an adjustment here.
I feel like it might get a little lower come game time.
Yeah.
But these guys always play up to the competition.
7-1.
Give me the Vikings.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It hurt his soul. You like that? You like
did.
that?
It did. I don't like picking that guy.
7-1. 7-1. Detroit heads to Chicago. This is good. Fields continues to do his thing out there. The Lions continue to do their thing also. So Bears, though, are 2.5-point favorite here. And we start with the Lions representative from this show, Timmy Tabala.
See, the Bears, they got me thinking because they put up a lot of a lot of points last week. They were looking pretty good. Fields has been looking pretty good lately, and my Lions look like crap, even though they beat the Packers. But everyone beats the Packers, so that really doesn't count. So
Isn't it a shame now? We were so excited the Giants beat the Packers, and then it's just like week after.
Yeah.
All right, so the Packers just suck now, and
Packers
they're not good.
I think for the first time all year, I'm going to pick the Bears
The Bears.
at home. The Bears at home.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm going Bears as well. I think they figured out how to use Justin Fields and get it moving. They also they didn't really use Claypool. Maybe he comes more into effect this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the Bears win this easy.
And if you get Claypool up to speed, that makes Darnell Mooney a more reliable option. It frees him up a little.
Number 3.
Yeah, but it frees him up a little bit more. Is what I'm saying, because that's it. It's just them and then the running backs. I mean,
Cole Kmet.
yeah. Did he have no catches through the first 3 weeks or something like that?
Last week, 2 touchdowns, baby.
I just picked him up too.
Yeah.
I just picked him up.
I had to do that too because Darren on one of my other leagues, Darren Waller, decided to not want to play for the last 4 weeks, so I had to pick someone up quick, and I was like, I guess Komet, was the best available.
That's another guy, Waller. He was crowned last year as the best tight end. He's about to become the best tight end. He's going to pass Kittle. He's going to pass, and then he only had a few really good games, but then that was it. And now he's hurt, and the Raiders' curse continues. Next up, the Jacksonville Jags head on to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 9.5-point favorite. I think we'll get a clean sweep here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs win. Next up down here, the Miami Dolphins will play host to the Cleveland Browns. I thought this would be a bigger point spread here. Just given of how freaking fast that offensive is, but it's 4 right now. I go with Dolphins here easily. I think they easily cover. Look, Dave is he's getting wrapped in his head on this. He's thinking too much.
I am. I got to make a move this week. I don't know, man. The Browns have a really good run game. The Dolphins can't stop the run. Browns defense isn't bad, but man, you just don't know if they're gonna come and play.
Is it
Or just Tua chucks it up as far as he can, and Tyreek Hill's gonna catch it.
What's the weather? Is it going to be 110 degrees or it's going to be hurricane?
Hurricane will be long
I think it's gonna be around. I think it might be in the low 80s.
Oh, low 80s. That's Cleveland weather. While Dave thinks I'm going to go. I don't like this game either, though. But I'm going to go. I'm going to go Dolphins. Dolphins at home.
Los Dolphins.
I'm gonna go.
There's no more yeast. Remember, there's no more yeast.
I'm going Browns.
Oh, the Brownies.
Browns.
Man,
Very
I'm gonna
upset
regret
about
that one on Sunday.
All right. Next up, the Houston Texans head to play the New York Football Giants. The Giants are a 6.5-point favorite.
Wow, what a surprise!
The biggest favorite that they've been in quite a while. Might be the biggest favorite for them in 5 years. I don't know. Could be. But I've got the Giants in this one. Dave, don't do all this thinking, Dave.
No, it's just that. See, I didn't want to bring this up until this
There
week
it is.
after the bye week. And as you know, all of us are Giants fans. We know that when we start the season off hot, first 8 games, we're 6-2, 5-3, whatever. We end up always having a bad second half. And I want to be optimistic here.
And you think this is going to happen? Remember, you don't think old regime. Think Brian Daboll and the confidence. Just look right up
but
there.
we got Daniel Jones at quarterback.
Right, Brian Daboll over here. Right there.
We got Daniel Jones at quarterback, who threw for 17 yards in the first half of that Seattle game. Mm-hmm. But you know what? We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna go Giants.
All right. Better have. Timmy?
I'm more worried about our best defensive player breaking his hand in a goddamn ATV accident. That's what the Giants do. This is no different than that stupid pitcher on the boat. It's the same thing.
But you see what I mean? It's the second half.
Yeah, it's
the
dumb.
second half curse.
The Giants should not be allowed to go anywhere on the bye week. They should have to stay in the bubble in Jersey and just practice 24 hours. Every time they go on a break, they fucking someone does something stupid. They're blowing their hand off. They're fucking ATV crashing, or they're taking a boat, pitching on a boat in jeans and boots, like a bunch of
shoot
morons.
themselves in the leg.
Yeah. but I have confidence in McKinney's backup. I like the kid. What's his name? Dane Becton. What is his name? Is? I have confidence that he will. Because it's the Texans, I have confidence the Giants will win.
Yeah, right.
I don't even think it's going to be a 6.5, though. They're going to be lucky to be 3.
Yeah, I agree, because I think the Texans right now, this young kid Pierce.
Oh, he's a beast.
He's a beast, and they're gonna have to stop
Cooks
him.
is coming back this week, I think. Cooks is over his little tantrum about not getting traded, so he'll be back. But who knows what type of an effort he's going to give? He's pissed at the organization, but we'll see. All right, so man, can't we just have a 13, 17 point win?
No.
Can't
have it.
Did you see Bellinger? He was back at the facility. I don't know if he started, just doing like little mini drills, but he's got a metal plate in there. Now, for his eye socket, he said that he's seeing a little double right now, but that's normal for the first X amount of weeks, and then should be all good. Horrible, awful.
That's horrible. A horrible injury.
All right, next up, the Saints. This should be a blast of a game. The Saints head to Pittsburgh.
You sure they're really playing Pittsburgh?
yes. Play the Steelers. I'm just gonna pick the Steelers because I don't know. I don't know that they're home.
The home team.
This game. This game's awful. This is a game that is not going to be shown on Red Zone very often. But I got the Steelers. Timmy, who you got win this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Steelers just because they're the home team.
I'm gonna go.
I know he's going Saints.
Yeah, the Aints.
Dates. All right, and Dave's Super Bowl pick heads to Tennessee to play the Titans. Titans are a 3-point favorite here. I will take this one first. I will go with Titans here.
Titans all the way.
Titans.
Is Tannehill coming back?
It looks like he's trending that way.
Because if he doesn't, and Willis is the QB, give me the Broncos all day, baby. Let's ride.
Hey, Willis threw some nice balls the first couple of passes.
Yeah, the first couple
nice
series,
spirals. You see? Yeah, seriously. I thought, oh shit. Damn, when Tannehill said he wasn't going to teach him nothing, he ain't teach him shit. That ain't my job. Get out of here. Timmy went with the Titans, and you went
Broncos, baby. Let's ride.
You got to go with your picks, All All right, Jeff Saturday makes his debut as head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. They head to Vegas, play the Raiders. The Vegas is a 6-point favorite here. I don't know which line do you trust less here, the Raiders line or the Giants line? Just because we got to feel all that pain. Raiders by 6. I don't see anything out there that shows that the Raiders can beat any team by 6 right now.
Yeah, but at least they score.
They got Devontae Adams. Colts have nobody.
And Jacobs.
I'm going Raiders at home at the Death Star.
I think Jonathan Taylor is going to come back this week. You going with the Raiders?
I'm going with the Raiders anyway.
Dave?
Same here.
Yeah. We're going to go clean sweep, but I think it's a nail biter, and there's a potential for the Raiders to accidentally lose at the end here, and the Colts will accidentally
That's every week, though. Raiders lose like that every week. It don't matter.
But when you got two teams that always seem to find a way to lose, it's like, how are we gonna get this done here? All right, next up, the Dallas Cowboys head to Green Bay. Dallas is a 5.5-point favorite. That's come down a little bit. I'm not sure why. It was a 6.5 points.
Vegas knows
when it first opened up. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I picked the Packers here. Aaron Rodgers is all of a sudden throwing picks at a crazy rate, throwing balls into other guys' helmets and tip balls that just didn't happen before. And now they're going to go against the Cowboys, who, what are they known for right now is their defense and their picks. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys on the road here in Lambeau.
I'm not going to say it.
I hate that I said it.
I'll just say I agree with you because I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
I got the Cowgirls as well.
I missed him on McAfee this week. I don't know what he had to say out there. I think he said he's the reigning, defending 2-time back-to-back MVP.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. And by the way, congratulations to Pat McAfee. That was that Rogers said that.
I was like, what?
Pat McAfee. Two things to congratulate him on. Number one, he's having a kid after, I guess they were told for years and years and years that they couldn't have kids. Wife had surgery, all this stuff. That's number one. Number two, did you guys see that punt that he did from, I don't know, like 50 yards out into a garbage can?
No.
The guy's ridiculous. Yeah. And then he told that story about when he recovered his own onside kick, and when he dove in on it, he dove in on it and he covered up because he thought all of his ribs were going to get broken because everybody was going to land on him. But damn, McAfee's he's an athlete. Like have you seen him shooting on the court? He'll hit like 14, 15 threes in a row. Obviously we know football. We've seen him in the wrestling ring. It's like, is there something he can't do?
He is, man. That guy is.
Some guys are just freaks of nature.
Yeah.
He's one of those freaks of nature.
And you would think
he's a punter for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You would be like, these guys aren't athletic or anything, but he's
right. And he got married in shorts, like a tuxedo with tuxedo shorts.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome. All right. Next up, another matchup from that NFC West that that it seemed like the last couple of years it's been. Maybe there might be 4 teams going, but Cardinals at the Rams. Rams getting 3 points here. They're favored by 3 here. So this is like a toss-up, right, guys? At this point, Timmy, I'm letting you go first.
I'm going Cardinals. I don't even think it's a toss-up. Rams are just that bad. So I'm going Cardinals.
It's like hard to believe, though. It's like hard to believe how fast, and especially if Stafford remains in the part. Well, you might have this. Kyler might be out, and Stafford might be out of this game. So
that's a real toss-up.
That would be a huge toss-up. That's a pick-em game.
And that's one of your everybody's gonna go and watch the Cowboys Packers. Nobody's gonna watch the Cardinals Rams if that's the matchup. All right, so you say Cardinals. Dave, who you got in this one?
Yeah, Cardinals as well.
Then again, this might be a last minute change, also depending on who's playing and who's not.
Playing. This is I don't even want to pick a team here. But like I said, the Rams just look flat, like they can't do anything unless at least you got Kyler and Hopkins are doing some damage out there, at least on the offensive side. And the Rams defense hasn't showed up either. So Cardinals, you guys talk me into it. Considering the Rams. All right, Chargers at the 49ers. This should be a good one. No, it's one that you're. I feel it's a lot closer than a 7-point deal, but the Chargers
you can't trust them, man. You can never
exactly.
trust them.
Right.
Games they're going to blow out teams that it's close. Games you're either going to lose, they fucking blow out somebody. And then other games you're just like, how'd you lose that game?
Right.
How'd you do that?
And if this continues throughout the rest of this year, then that's another cursed franchise because it happened with Phillip Rivers, every single year. All right, so Chargers 49ers 7-point favorite. I got the 49ers in this one. Debo's coming back from his little minor hamstring situation. McCaffrey, Ayuk,
I'm going with them also. The Santa Clara 49ers.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm going with Niners as well.
All right, and
Chargers
I don't think
not impressive.
No. I don't think that we got to go too much into detail on this Monday night game. Commanders at the Eagles. Eagles are a 10.5-point favorite here. Clean sweep, Eagles.
Clean sweep.
All right, let's go through here.
I don't think. I think it's. I don't know about that -10 though.
Yeah, that's why maybe there's an opportunity to put a little.
They've been playing good under Heineke. So you never know. Might have an upset in the making.
Yeah, that's why it was even like a bigger effort for Kirk Cousins and company last week to beat the Commanders. You know, going to that rowdy Commanders building with all those rabid Commanders fans.
Thank God for Dalvin Cook
in Maryland.
Dalvin Cook. I got Dalvin Cook. That was a nice catch at the back of that end zone. All right, so let's we talk about what was the name of the segment? Put your money where your mouth is. Pick of the week. I want to go here. I think there's a good opportunity to get a teaser, a 6-point teaser on the following teams here. San Francisco, you tease that down to a -1 there. You can do Dallas. You can tease that down 6 points to get it at a plus 0.5, which is basically that they win the game. And then you can also, if you have the faith, you can include the Giants in that, because if you think the Giants are going to win, you tease that 6.5 down to 0.5, and you can't win by less than a half, so you win that game also. I would include the Chiefs on that too. They're 9.5 points. You get that down to 3.5. With the weapons that they've shown, I don't think Jacksonville can hang with them. And then the last one, you can get a 5-teamer out of this. If Josh Allen is playing, you tease Buffalo from 7.5 down to 1.5. That'll give you that in my mind, that parlay is probably about a plus 340 or so. Give you a nice chunk of change, put a couple bucks down, and then you get yourself some lunch for Monday and Tuesday as the week starts off.
Yeah, and have anxiety the entire Sunday afternoon.
And that's the price. So that's another thing. Be patient when you're making these bets. When I first started doing some of this gambling, I would neglect to include later games because I just didn't have the patience to wait it out. But just wait it out, guys. Wait it out. But I do think you got some potential in there. All right. He's gonna own?
That's the $1 million man with the $1 million plan. That's you now. That's you now.
Oh, look, wait.
You're John Anthony.
Closer.
Oh, Jared, stop shitting on your own team. They'll be fine if Josh Allen plays.
The Viking will. Yeah, yeah. If I don't know that's my boy Cousins. He can keep it close. Keeps it close. All right. So that's my lock there, and then I think that this seems like a nice little new segment here that we can get into, and it can change every episode. As we close it out here, a little non-sports action, a la the 4 quarters show. Don't think I didn't notice you try to sneak that in. But the great debate this time around to kick us off here, Dave. What is it? Tell the group. What the debate is.
It's so funny. When I made the suggestion, I did it as a joke because we were talking about hibachi
I like
yesterday.
it. I like it.
And man, it's a toughie because barbecue's delicious.
Oh yeah.
But there's something about hibachi. I don't know if it's, someone else cooking it in front of you. All the little tricks, throwing the shrimp inside your mouth. I gotta go hibachi on this one. And then if you get that shrimp sauce, put that on everything.
Yum yum
Doesn't
sauce.
matter what you put it on.
Sauce.
You put that on broccoli.
Is that what you're talking about? The yum yum sauce, right?
Yeah, that thing is delicious. Yeah. So, yeah, hibachi over barbecuing for me.
What about you, Timmy?
No, you're falling for the fucking gimmick. Your little Godzilla comes out and breathes fire. Oh yeah, it's fantastic. But the bottom line is it's Chinese food or Japanese food. That's all it is. So I'm going barbecue all the way because you got Kansas City barbecue, you got Memphis barbecue, and people will kill you over which one you like better. I'm gonna go barbecue all day. You got brisket, you got ribs, you got chicken, you got everything. Hibachi, which I do love, is all smoke and mirrors because of the guy fucking throwing a knife at you and all the other shit that he
onion
does.
Volcano, though.
The volcano, the little beating heart, the fried rice beating heart, I'd rather have a brisket that's been in a smoker for 3 weeks. I'd rather have that than an Asian guy. And it's not even Asian anymore. Now anyone can hibachi your food for you. So
that kills the experience for you because he's not Asian.
When a guy from Ecuador is hibachiing my food, it's just not the thing.
There's probably some Asian in his blood.
There is a Seinfeld episode about everything. This is Laura or Changstein.
Yeah, Changstein. Yeah,
Donna
Changstein.
Donna Chang. She answers the phone. Donna Chang. Yeah. She would answer the phone, Donna Chang, and they thought that she was Asian because they had the lines crossed.
See, the thing is,
back then they could make the joke of the lines are crossed.
That's true. They said, "Did you say Rhines?" No. Okay. No, but like you said, hibachi is the experience. It's the show. Food is very good. I'm not gonna lie, but you also have to share it with strangers.
The experience.
So I'm going barbecue all day.
Right, so I was a tiebreaker, boss.
I was gonna lead in with you where we would have known where if we had Ed on here that he would have definitely gone barbecue immediately. Would have immediately said that. So I'm not a huge barbecue guy, but Timmy makes some very good points. However, I own a hibachi grill and I can put 20 eggs on there. I can get the pancakes going. I get the whole thing going. But if you talk about me going out and enjoying the actual food itself and not about the show, then I go barbecue. Yes. But for me at home, I use my hibachi almost every single day, whether it be to do burgers, a breakfast. Like I said, I've done.
But that's not hibachi food. That's just using the hibachi grill.
I'm using the hibachi, yes.
See? What do you mean? Of course it counts.
It doesn't count.
Of course they cook the egg on the hibachi when you go to Samurai or Benihana.
You're telling me you go to Benihana and get a hamburger? No.
I mean, some people go and get chicken nuggets,
If you put an egg on your burger.
Godzilla's not popping up on the fucking grill for a hamburger. It ain't gonna happen.
The one by us has when they got the big fire and they go to put it out. He's got this little like doll thing that you pull. He pulls his pants down, and that's how he waters it. He pees on
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, we had that too. We said we also
Oh,
had,
okay.
we had Godzilla too, who came out and he breathed fire, but it was really the steam. I was like, that was pretty cool. But other than that, BBQ.
Come on,
BBQ.
That's the debate.
I'd
Are
rather
we
go to
we have people
Benihana than
chiming
go to
in?
like a Shorty's.
It's more about the show than it is the food, though.
See, okay, but you know what?
I
I've
get the
never
same exact
been.
food from anywhere one of these places here. Maybe I'm spoiled because I'm in New York and we have all these places everywhere, but I don't have to go watch the guy fucking dice in front of me. I can order it. It comes right to my house.
But you know what? I can say I've never had bad hibachi where I can say I've had bad barbecue. Because it's overburned, it's dry, it doesn't taste good. I can't say that about hibachi.
Hibachi is not about the food.
It's about
You can't
everything.
fuck-
It's
You
everything.
can't fuck that up. You can't fuck it up.
So
It's the
Dave is
same
saying your go-to would be hibachi because it's not going to be dry. It's not going to be. It could be a disaster, and for somebody like Dave, not somebody like you, but somebody like Dave who's into hibachi, I feel like Dave is the kind of guy. Let me know if I'm right here. Dave's the kind of guy who looks at the menu and just looking at it, and goes back to his go-to.
For the most part, yeah.
It's
For the
all
most
fun and
part.
games. It's all fun and games when someone takes an eye out with a shrimp that you can't catch in your mouth. No one's chucking a fucking skewer of brisket at you.
Man, all right. So that was a good one. That was a good first one. So are we gonna rotate who or Dave? You'll get this assigned out every week.
No, I mean, free
I like
form
that.
for whatever we're talking about. You guys can think of.
maybe
This one
maybe
just
we'll
came
get
up
the fans to do
randomly
it.
because of yesterday you going
That's
to
what,
have
you know,
hibachi.
you pay attention to the chats, and we'll see what comes up. Then we'll do a debate
Yes.
on it.
Absolutely.
There's always
that's the
something
way to do it.
ridiculous going on in that chat room. So
Oh, of course. For sure. All right. So let me take a look really quick before we kind of close this out because I've been putting up so many contests that I don't remember what we're putting up contests for. Unfortunately, there were several screenings throughout the state of Florida that were canceled today due to the storm. But we've got a virtual screening contest up right now for the people we hate at the wedding, which I joked with the studio. I'm like, this sounds like every person I've ever met at a wedding before. Slumberland, that's a Netflix deal, but it's also coming where you can see it in screenings. And let me find one more so I get everybody out there in the know on what's going on with these contests here. The last one, the Fablemans. That's another one that's going to be Florida and Texas. And I did ask Timmy on that virtual one when I posted it. I said, including New York City, this counts. This is a New York City. If you watch,
finally, our little podunk town getting thrown a bone. I love it.
Right. And then obviously, unfortunately, we did that contest for the Wakanda Forever, but that was rained out by. Just go blame Nicole. The
Fuck
storm
her.
that's hanging off the coast.
Damn.
Nicole's a bitch.
Unless you're in public school, and you attend a public school, then
Yeah.
you love Nicole. Just getting
I
close
love
enough,
Nicole.
but not too close.
Well, not down here. Down here, they said school's tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you guys were you guys open today for school?
No, I don't think it was open today.
Okay,
But tomorrow for sure, yeah. Back at
yeah. All right. Get back to school. School zones are back. That's it. And they make them go back for one day,
it. Yeah.
and then because they're going to be off on Friday. All right, that'll do it for the sports here and the great debate and don't come after me. Go after Dave. It was Dave's idea to do that betting segment. So if my 5-team teaser parlay doesn't work out, go play.
I thought you were just gonna go with one straight pick here.
I gotta.
This is
it.
This is the
That's-
lock.
I think what I'm gonna do is at least I didn't include other sports and politics.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting
Yeah,
for
I
that.
thought you
No,
could
no,
have
no.
done something like that. Like,
No.
Say, listen,
Nick,
my kid's baseball team. We're gonna parlay that with the Bills, and then parlay
Party that
that.
with the. Well, funny enough, I was gonna bring this up, but I completely forgot about when we were talking about basketball. Now I remember with your hat and talking about other sports. The Knicks right now they're 5-5, right?
Well, they just lost to the Nets, but
Okay,
yeah, before this,
so-
they were
So there's a stat here before tonight's game. At 5-5, they have scored 1,150 points. They have given up 1,150 points. They're 5-0 versus teams below 500 and 0-5 against teams above 500. So they're perfectly balanced.
Yep.
Thanos would love the Knicks.
and it even goes into like into the division. They're like 2-2 in the division, and every single thing about their record is Thanos, perfectly balanced, perfectly mediocre.
See, so you could have gone big on the Knicks.
And remember, I did want to bet. I wanted to bet the over. What did I say? It was like 35.5.
Yeah, something like that.
They're gonna get to 500. That's a major. They're gonna get to 500, baby. All right, that'll wrap it up for us. Let's go round robin here. Any closing remarks? Any special episodes coming up this week? We'll start with you, Timmy.
Oh, I wonder what's coming up this
Gee.
week. I wonder what's coming up this week. Everybody
What
tune in
could
Friday
it
night.
be?
Friday night going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. Everyone's invited. Everyone should come on. We're just going to have a good time Friday night. It's going to be a big party just for the hell of it. So everybody should join us. And Wakanda Forever tomorrow. And go Giant Sunday.
Do it. Dave?
Yeah, definitely. Most importantly, episode 100. Gonna crown Kenny Omega the GOAT. Just spoiler for everyone. Spoiler alert there.
I didn't see him on the list.
Dave wrote him in. Write-in vote.
Hey, if enough people do the write-in votes, that person can win.
I had no problem putting him in. I had no problem whatsoever. But the other guy, he might have fought it a little bit.
But the other guy wanted to fight like Jericho.
Yeah, he wanted to throw out Edge and Jericho.
And he wants to
and a bunch of other
put
guys.
Texas Tornado there.
Oh, he's there. He's Dave's gonna give all ones. Hey, you know what? Everybody should get like their like
Like a score sheet.
No, like their guy. Like we can give Eric, we can give him Brutus Beefcake. You can get Omega. It's like the what do they call it when you guilty pleasure type of thing, when there's a terrible movie that you like.
The Room or something like that.
Your guilty pleasure wrestler.
Guilty pleasure. Who's your guilty pleasure?
We can do that too. I also think with Survivor Series coming up, we always go with the Survivor Series every year, but I'm thinking this year we all should get our 5-man teams together and maybe put them all together and see who would win that 5-man team tournament between all our guys.
Or what if we drafted? What if we did like a fantasy draft?
Oh, we could do that too. That'd be interesting. Oh, I like where you had that, boss.
I do too. I like that.
Every now and then.
But we won't open that one to the public. We'll keep that between us.
Yeah.
Eric, the Gil can get in there. Maybe we'll let like a bunker in there just for the hell of it because he is a wrestling fan, or a Raul or one of those guys. But no, I like that.
Raul. Yeah.
And we'll see who wins the Survivor Series then. We'll have our own little Survivor Series tournament.
Uh-huh. See, there we're down. Now we're talking.
Now we're good. I'm ready.
Anything else you got down there, Dave?
No, I think we covered it all. Hopefully,
got your nicer weather down there.
Hopefully, everyone voted on Tuesday
or before.
True.
I don't vote. I go the George Carlin route.
Well, there's some videos about George Carlin with George Carlin later on, and his preference. I'm going to send it to you.
I know. Well, I know what it is.
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing around. But George Carlin is hilarious. If you've never seen any of his stuff, Every single thing is hilarious. I feel Invisible Man.
Me too.
Pray to Joe Pesci. All right, that'll do it for us. Stay safe out there if you're down here. I think the rain event is actually going to wind up going up there to you guys at some point over the weekend. So I know it's unexpected always up there, and the flooding and the subway stuff always goes on,
17,
so.
and the one model says we're getting 17 hours of rain. The other model says we're getting 2 hours. So let's hope for the 2. Let's hope for the 2, not the 17.
Jeez. All right. So the point of it is just stay safe wherever you are. They're closing the theme parks in Central Florida. Don't be upset that you didn't get a chance to see Wakanda Forever. It was probably a safe bet, especially up in West Palm, Orlando, Tampa. Flooding. Fix our infrastructure in Florida. Maybe we can, do things. Buildings collapsing due to rain and stuff. All right, that'll do it for us. We'll keep you posted and abreast of all the situations with Murray and Stafford and Allen and who's playing and what backups are going to be playing. And we'll see you on Sunday for NFL football, baby. Until then, peace out, everybody. Acknowledge us.